I started off this process by gluing 5 pieces of yellow pine stock together. Then, using my angle grinder, I was able to remove the excess wood from around the outside edge to make the job of carving with my motor tool a whole lot easier. Once I'd finished the final rough-in with the areas my angle grinder couldn't reach, I made several pilot holes through the stock with my cordless drill that would help me eventually form the space between the 2 characters in the piece. Then, it was a matter of beginning to form the general shape of the characters. Now that I'm beginning the process of creating space between the characters, I'm taking advantage of the pilot holes to guide me through without removing material in the wrong place. Here, I'm roughing out the snout, then rounding the eyeballs. Remembering to leave enough stock to form the final shapes of both is important at this point. As I start to broaden the gap between the 2 characters, it's super tempting to remove too much. I remove some from the side, then switch to the bottom so I can have a better view of my progress. I want to get the feet of the characters close to their final size without actually separating them at this point, because I want to avoid risking a break as I press on the wood while I'm working. One of the characters in this piece has creases, which was a big step out of my comfort zone because this was my first attempt at making them. But in everything, if we don't ever push ourselves, we'll never grow and learn new things. Remembering to taper the crease up to the nose. This was one of the points when I had to stop ahead of time and rethink how I was going to try to pull this off. As I finished the final touches of the roughing out of my first character, it sure lifted my spirits to use my sanding bit and smooth out the rough surface of the wood. This was also my final opportunity to add the finishing touches to the creases that would make them look as realistic as possible. Now that I'm nearing the end of the carving part of the process, I can now separate the final piece that will be separated. Finishing up the mouth, which is the only place that the two characters are connected, is a tricky part because the round mouth of one of the characters has the creased hide of the other character inside of it. Making this eye turned out to be the trickiest part of the whole process because it had to have the appearance of being stretched. I went with metallic paints because I really liked how they made the piece come to life. And as for the choice of green and orange, I wanted to show that when opinions are being shared on social media, it's often between people who normally go together like peas and carrots. I was inspired to make this piece when I first saw a picture online that immediately brought to mind the bad habit that we all sometimes fall into when it comes to sharing our opinions on social media. People who are normally lifelong friends can easily become embroiled in bitter arguments over issues that, at the end of the day, aren't important enough to lose those special relationships we've spent years building. Thanks for watching. As always, feel free to subscribe to this channel for any future updates and videos from me.